First of all, allow me to appreciate everyone out there that always takes their time to catch up on the content on YouTube, on X, on TikTok, everywhere that you find the Pitchside content. We really appreciate the love, and we keep telling you guys that Pitchside is a channel that you have to stay hooked on for all the biggest stories in Ugandan football and beyond. So shout out to everyone. N'abanda beyo nga ntambula ne mumbongako kyakabi brand yegende ekula. As we keep telling you, the Star Times Uganda Premier League has quite a number of exciting players, that's for sure. In the last 2 or 3 seasons, it has produced very exciting players, especially in the top clubs like KCCFC and Vipers. Now, today on Pitchside, we're talking to one of the best wingers the league has seen. Very creative, very soft and sweet left foot, like they call them, and someone who has been on everyone's lips for a minute about where he's going next. Very humble boy, and someone who everyone knows in the football circles because of his brother. Yeah, I'll keep you guessing, guys. Today on Pitchside, we have the pleasure of talking to Mr. Usama Arafat, who joins me on the show today. Yes, Usama, first of all, webale kuja.
Thank you.
I'm happy to have you. It's been a minute. We were supposed to have this interview, I think, before the season ended. And then the season wegwako, awe wali 50k. Wali before tubera mu 2k, 3k. Wano wali omutwalo gwa views. Season yewedde.
Exactly.
Kavuyo kanji. So yeah, anyway, I'm happy to have you on the show, and it's exciting, really. Yeah. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much for hosting me, and thank you for having this channel Pitchside.
Yes.
Channel badde nungi nnyo nti ereetera abantu okumanya what is happening in the football world, and in the football, and majorly like in the Ugandan Star Times League and Ugandan football at large. Kubanga ogenda ne big league, ogenda down, you know, mu leagues and ziri wansi regionals, and then you update people what is happening, and then coming out to kutuleta, we talk about the experiences that we've had. It's really great. I'm always on, and a lot of things that I've been going through nga oleta abantu bogera ku bintu like ebituleta okubanga tumanya ebisingako ku mpira. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Usama tutambulira ku nkalu ennaku zino.
Yes ever.
Oyitiriza okuwaana.
Yes ever.
Oja tuukanga enkalu ino zijjayo towaana nnyo enda mpola. Anyways, katutandikira Usama. Let's start with last season. Of course, well done on last season. A couple of assists and goals across all competitions in the league and the Uganda Cup. Tell me about last season from your angle as Usama Arafat.
Well, it hasn't been easy for me. Kubanti natandika season a little bit late, missing some games kubanga na injury. Jenafuna okuva Morocco last time, so nakomawo league ngetandiseko some few games. It wasn't easy for me because I stretched a little bit okubanga nkomawo mangu, and it wasn't easy for me, mpira nga tebinyumira na byensamba, but God yanyamba, mukama yanyamba nti I picked up maybe like the last phase of the league, I go out second round, and then tried my best to see what we can achieve as a team.
Usually what does it take for a player to, like at a club like KCC, you're Usama Arafat, you're injured, the club is not performing well, the fans are expectant. What do you go through to come back and keep them smiling? What's that phase like as Usama Arafat?
It's
maybe
a lot.
Let me look through your mind.
It's a lot.
What does it take?
First of all, it takes it's you first. How do you take it? Because omuntu wabanga olwadde chikwera wano ntuseka tabu watu ate tunyumirwa, but wenzirayo wakagoloza mbeera ndowooza kingandizeka kiro sawa munana nzukuse ku buli net ntunula ekigere kyange tekikyasobola kunyamba to do anything with the game, and then maybe say I come at the pitch and I'm watching my guys playing, obiramu kwegamba it hits you down muri mundo uli yangofa. That's why sometimes osokulaba omuntu nga apapye na akomawo mangu, because abada tachasobola kukyebera nga banne bazanyanga itali mukola ki.
Let me ask you this question. Okay, I know all clubs have medics and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, sure.
But usually when you get injured, you're given a time frame to come back. You're given drills to do.
Yeah.
At what point do they tick you and say, okay, now it's good. And what does it take for them to tick you? Because sometimes we see players come back and then they regress. You know, they tell them they are okay to play, then they regress.
For the injury stuff, I think first of all, nga gwo omuntu osobola kuwona injury nga yawona dda naye nga gwo omuntu onaba kuwona mu bwongo ng'otya n'okuyingira mu kisaawe because the intensity that you find in the pitch is a little bit high and it's not the injury itself or the treatment. No, it's the rehabilitation that you take after.
That's my question, because when you're done with the rehabilitation, usually what time frame are you supposed to have for you to come back? Did you just come back immediately? How does it happen now in your circles?
Now the rehabilitation takes you from stages of 1, let me say up to 3, where you find your colleagues. Also okutandika ne rehabilitation nga etandise with just normal stretches. Let me say you got an injury and then you have started with just stretching. Then you evolve nogenda ku next stage nga osobola okuddukamu akatinitini. Then you evolve nogenda ku stage osobola okusitulamu explosiveness, okusitulamu ebyuma n'okolamu explosive training. Then finally you indulge into training nga osobola okukachinga up ne banno ku intensity gyoba obasanzeeko. Maybe say you find them in the league they are playing. You have to do rehabilitation to the level where you find them nga intensity so kumachinga nabo nga also kusamba mpira. You can even go in training and you're not feeling like you're stretching so much by yourself such that also tukane mu kisaawe. That's why you see outside you can find someone nalwala and then after some time akoma watukira mu kisaawe and then the performance ngoyinza okoloza talwalanga nako. You see they do the rehabilitation to the level that batukagana ne intensity yabanaba
match day.
Match day.
That experience, like let's say tomorrow is a big game and
can you play with that, the intensity, the speed, and then let me say the time frame, can you play 90 minutes there? That's why also musanganga abayita nabatuka nenga intensity aso kujimachinga nenga endurance eri wansi like to let me say so kuzanya ko dakika asatu obana.
You've described the comeback and the rehabilitation and all. One of the biggest factors today in world football with regards to player injuries and recovery is mental health. And I know for sure that in the Ugandan league or in Ugandan football, some clubs have taken it upon themselves to have people who try and actually help players, with mental health. But to what extent are we in Uganda, according to your perspective? And those that are there, are they doing the right thing?
It is something that is maybe to come in the nearby future for Ugandan teams to have that.
To embrace it.
To embrace, like, it is, we go through a lot of things. Abasambi babera mu bintu bingi nnyo, like the stress over the pressure. Some can maybe some may not even be able to carry out the pressure of the teams that they be in, because work government, you are in Vipers, that's pressure. You win, you lose, you draw. It's Mauridi.
Just even you being in the first 11 every game.
You are playing every day. That's pressure. So if you have a player that can give you 3, 4 matches or 5, ngazanya bulungi, taking on the pressure like that, the confidence is high. That's a top player. So it is quite needed to have mental health programs with all the teams, psychologists, former players to come and try to talk to the team. And then the personal talks between let me say the managers, the bosses. There's nothing that gives you taboo ekiyinza okuwa emirembe nga bossi wo okubeera nga osobola okunyumya naye n'omubulira kino n'ekitebe kiti
nti ne mutuulanga wetudde wa
n'omugabo okimanyi kooki ninamu ensonga bweti ne bweti naye kange okimanyi enkya sikyagala kuzoowa kankole bwenti ne bwendaga wumula omanyi kyekitegeeza nga you can have that talk. There's that relationship that you create wanga oli open with the ekuwa emirembe.
And what is this analogy that the coaches, most especially here, have, that if you let a Ugandan player have freedom, obomulinti kati off agisabye agenda kuddanga amavivi ga muluma nga groin ye muluma analogy eri weri ate abakocha abasinga tebye batambulirako.
When they say majority and minority, waliwo okubanga bachi tracking in like, let me say, most of the players do that, but there are those that may not be doing that, and ku team it is very hard to get all the players nga balina extics zezimu, features zezimu. also okusanga omusambi nga gwolina ku team nenga yitagenda out tagenda mu bar.
They all have different
lifestyles. Yes, kati omutegeera n'ogaa kano sigenda muleka kuwummula ono yenso omuleka ate bwe muleko kuwummula ngenda mukola bwenti anti oluddako kibiti kyasa atuukira mu kyasa kwana yayonoonye. Yes, you understand. Otuuka n'ogaa nti kati ono yayonoonye ono yakoze bwati because you know the person, so you can know how to actually prepare them. Waliwo omulala nga ye ne mu training tasobola ku training bulungi. There are those players that don't really do much in training. Nenga ku match agenda kuwa. You know? Yes.
Have we had players like that you've played with, like Eden Hazard, who everyone talks about in ye training tajagalira ko ddala era webeerawo abeerawo nga yebuza ennyumba agulinda omupiira naye ku match day watuka he performs.
Yes, there are players like that in Gabote, but in Gaku training they don't give you a lot. Like the first times when Aja KCC, there are players like Yasamugerwa, then Gift Ali. When the game comes, you feel them.
Anyways, recently you were with the Ishmael Watena Foundation. It's a foundation that has been doing lots of activities in Mbale, which I'm privy to is your home area. People want to know on pitch side, what is the Ishmael Watena Foundation? What direction is it taking? Maybe start with the recent activity. What did you guys go to do and how did you accomplish it?
Yeah, the Ishmael Watena Foundation is basically giving back to the community where we came from. It's all about that and inspiring the kids out there that it's not about where you come from, you know. Although you are from Mali or you're from Masaka or you're from let me say Mbarara. That's why you even took we had Paul Muchurez on that. So it is not about where you come from. You can come from wherever you are and then you become a star. You through hard work and then not forgetting where you came from or Dayoko and then you give back to the community. Yeah.
How many activities have you had so far and in this one particularly, where exactly did you go and what did you distribute?
Yeah, this has been the third edition and we first of all we had to go to the main referral hospital, that's Mbale Regional Referral Hospital. We had to see out our mothers that were giving birth and then those that were expecting, and we had some donations that we had mama kits and stuff like we had to give them, and after we had to go to the pitch and see out the kids. You know, we are inspiring the kids. We have the academies come through and play games as we watch, and then we have some national team players from the Uganda Cranes come and play, and then these kids are watching and they can be inspired, and then we have talks with those academies. We give them directions and then we see how to inspire them throughout their careers. Yeah.
Maybe for purposes of clarity, who is Ishmael Watena to you?
Ishmael Watena is someone I cannot explain to everyone. He's a very cool guy. He's someone who has been there in all these times. He's a brother that one will ever want to have. With the pure heart that he has, with what he's doing, like you can see, it's really something that you would want to take on and embrace for life. He has motivated me in all aspects because even the mere fact that of me coming to maybe go to school where St. Mary's tended to study, he was at Vipers, then he brought me in through we met the president. That's where I got the sponsorship to study at St. Mary's Chitende, and he has been this person that I always call when in case of anything that, hey, I need some piece of advice like this. What do you think I should take on as a player? What do you think I should do? How best can I prepare myself in big matches? You know, there's sometimes you feel the pressure when they maybe say you are the national team, and then you really need someone to call, and then you know, hey, this is like this. He's always done to advise. You know, yeah.
Which is a very good thing, because I also know Ishma personally, and I know his calm persona. Yeah. He's a very open person. The one thing that he told me the last time we talked is that he doesn't want to get involved in deciding where you play football. You're laughing because it's a fact. Do you think it's a good thing? Or I know you can talk to him, Ndagewa, but the fact that he gives you the leeway to make your own decision, we take a more mugua, you either perform or you sink. I think it's a very good decision.
Well, you prevailed the offers that you have, and you talk through them with him. See, like, this is like this, like this, like this. What do you think? and we break down everything in particular. Then he will be like, we've had the disadvantages and advantages of this and kati take on. You understand? Yeah, he's that person that will surely, because I think he's above with the levels of football.
Of course. He's been in the PSL
not
for a number of years.
Let me say he's a goalkeeper, but he has been there.
He's been there.
Yes,
he's been there.
He can truly advise.
We can advise.
Yes.
Briefly, who is Mr. Usama Arafat? Where do you start the passion to, make this a profession, playing football? But briefly, where does your journey begin and where you are today at KCC?
Yes, the journey begins from home. That's where we were last time. We were giving back to the community. That's in Bali. To take you a little bit quicker by, and then we had academies through Tigers, CRO, the mighty one, you know about it.
CRO yali yamanyi by the way.
Neje yagwira munna. Tabu temaji bamasanyala.
Get out, Usama.
Academy wadiji badda masanyala.
Nesigalawo.
Yeah, but anyway, from there, I was much into school, by the way. Mzaiwa
ayagala osome.
First get some education. Ndoza kazungu keko.
Keko.
Yeah, so
obugambo obukubawo wali ne wali nga.
So then forward we had to get the sponsorships at St. Mary's City, where I started my A level. Then after, I didn't go through to the Vipers team.
Okay. Yeah. Why, by the way?
Do I know?
Were you playing at that time, like competitive, like serious?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you are in school.
I was in school. I didn't join because that time we were with Bobos, Watambala. Those were the times. Yeah, that was a strong team. That was a team. Yeah. And I left the school, and boom, that's where you happen to see me at Kajansi after school. Yeah. Then after it was almost half season. Then I went to play Masaza one tournament also after that.
Wazanyira Sazachi.
Busiro, manager of Mposo Gasebo Honorable, was a very good human being, a top boss here. Very good one. I happened to have gone, and then we played, and after that, Saddam. That was the COVID era stuff.
Oh, you paused.
Then after there, then that's when I joined KCC.
But your process of joining KCC, were you signed Ngatolina Usamba? Where were you? Yeah,
I wasn't. I'd just gotten done from us. I came to train with KCC during the times of Coach Mike Mutebi.
Okay.
Most people don't know about that, by the way.
Even me, I don't know.
You didn't know? Not just training because not just training at the times of Coach Mike. And then we had talks after talking a little bit away. Hey, you're coming through to sign. Omusajja tebamugoba kusaawa munana.
Ebaluwa n'efuluma.
Is no longer taking charge.
Ate bali abaana abo bamagero.
Nakutoka. Ngamba bannange. But nga tusigala twogera because he's a person that yewe aba akwagadde.
Asigala akwagala.
Akubira nagadde bannaye tovaamu musajja wange. Teba he encourages you like abera omulanyizo kitwala mbu akunafuya, but he's telling you to up your stockings. But then we bamugoba nenyolwa, I didn't sign. Nobody knew about my ways then. Katubanzizeewa.
So katuwaddawo after that.
Awe nakubira saza. The MVP after that season, never immediately our chairman by then, Martin Sekaja, wagamba, but I saw this boy here.
Why is he not with us?
He didn't. The deal didn't materialize or what? Then they signed me.
Oh,
yeah, that's when they signed me.
Before KCC signed you, did you have any other offers?
No, not really. I think I had Express. Yes.
Mukwano
gwabangi. Era kata. Actually, Express was nearly closer
to signing you
than KCC.
How far have you gone with your education level?
Yeah, by that time actually when Avako Echitende kusomero, because I thought about joining the university league. Actually the university games there samba like 2 games.
Was that
two games?
University KIU.
Yeah, that's why I was doing my BIT, bachelor's of IT,
information technology.
Yeah. So kati when I zanya a little bit, then I signed. So I had to you no longer play University League. After playing my 2 games, acquiring the sponsorship, I kati chapter ya kuzanya University League nekoma because you cannot play.
So you made a decision joining KCC knowing that your sponsorship will end at the university.
So I had to pay for myself.
And you still committed to pay?
Yeah, I still committed to pay. Ngabwe nkola online courses otherwise. Yeah, because I wanted to do online courses at Victoria University.
And then you graduated?
Yeah, sure.
How important is to you education in relation to your career as a footballer?
Yeah, there's a certain bit of understanding that you acquire after having education done. You don't think the same way as
your friends. Sakala atoti isa Usama tumanye. Perspective is different.
Yeah, it is different. Most of us sharing some other things, but then there's a kind of way a little bit. Yeah, you go about things. Yeah.
So do you hope to pursue your career even as you play or when you're done? What are your plans with your education part of life?
Yeah, maybe when I'm done.
For now, it's football for now.
Maybe when I'm done, when I'm done, I will have to look at that.
All right, so let's get back to the much loved KCC that signed you, and you even decided to drop as your scholarship at university. The season started so well.
Yeah, sure.
I think 8 games unbeaten. Looked so bright, and everyone was positive. Coach Abdallah was cooking, like they say. But of course, he cooked after the neck loss. Things started going south. The club didn't return to its normal winning ways. From a player's perspective, first tell me about those first 8 games. What mood was in the camp, and then compare that to when things were south.
I don't know what happens really most of the times. Sija kugamba only about KCC. There's a certain thing that always happens. Like, let me say, there's a new gaffer that has come through. Watch again.
There's a fire that burns.
There's a fire that burns after. Let me say after Tragil going. When Coach Abdallah came through. Twagoba mpira ngoizo wazaba tusindika busindi.
Ngabuli ku muliro babuli ajja.
After Coach Abdallah going, ngatuine Coach Magera, tibatukubye mpaka ku Uganda Cup. If you can also but it is not about only KCC. Neku teams endala. Ku Vipers gundi oyagenda kocha yajja bakubye mipiro yinzo kuloza baba ku babugobi. You understand? I don't know. I cannot tell.
I think there is this notion that players want to prove that maybe they are not a problem, or they want to give the new coach 100%.
I just don't understand it. Nemula bange bintu bitanise kola, like there's that thing. I don't understand.
Kadate ochitabuka wali ekyo do you understand?
Because I ochitabuka ate baka banayi.
Chachigenda maso.
Kirabika. Obatichi. You even ask yourself, because sometimes, most of the times, nze kulwanga oba tugobye oba tetugobye, it is hard for me to find sleep. So era osinza okunkubira ku mwenda nga
a competitive person, that's for sure.
Nga ntunula bwenti nga twazanya omupiira oba tugobye oba tukubye mba ntunula bwenti nga I don't most nga ate n'omupiira gubadde gwakirwa era kireka enchanze recovery baba balina kuginterawo kawungeezi. Because I don't understand, because the games ebeera ekyazanya mu bwongo bwange. I still be playing the game in my mind, like this moment, the other moment, this one, but just to wrap it up, because we're not going to get back to the KCCS season. Of course, you reached the Uganda Cup final, which gave you a very, very good chance to play continental football. That didn't happen. We missed out.
But overall, was it the competitiveness of other teams? Was it maybe the squad wasn't that deep? I'm trying to look at a reason for a KCCA fan out there to believe that next season their team will do better. What do you pick out from the entire campaign of KCCFC? The team
can perform. The team can perform provided they stay. They all. But this sag of having a lot of players getting their contracts ending, it's a little bit disturbing, because you cannot be shuffling players every season. You understand?
It's a bit hard.
I want you to have it to let me say, I don't want to go back so way back in times, but I want you to have a look at what if you had the same striking line like before. Shaban, Katenga, Usama. If Shaban was there, what if Aisha was still here? You understand? What if Okelo was also still here? Anyway, we don't want.
And in a period of maybe 2 years,
it is maybe for the good. Let me say we have had goods. We have had things that have gone well. But just think about it. What if Shaban was there? What if this one was there? What if? Okay, let me say. What if I'm there next season? Gabi is there. Katenga is there. Da is there, Mujuzi Obenchan, all the concerts are there, and then we have more players that we just add on. Just think about it.
So it's easier for a team to keep momentum if they keep their players.
I don't want to look like I'm giving an example that is not in context, but check the Vipers squad. The players that have been, Sentamu has been there for Yunus. I mean, nobody ever Yunus.
Siraj.
Almost 6 years or 7. You understand? Mulondo, Torach, this Watambala, 5. They're going to 5 years. They're going to 6 years. And then they know. You reach a time and then you're like, we know the KCC way. We know the Vipers way, Yeah, it is. Even in those other clubs, check Sundowns. Onyango has been there for how many years?
Forever.
Forever. He has been there for some good time. So
Zwane, all those guys.
These guys are taking decades on a team. But
there's a reason.
There's a reason. Biocha, never bakwata. Check all those other teams that are doing well. Liverpool, Arsenal, I think the longevity of players on a team, it creates something that even the understanding gets. Now, if you're observant enough, the goals that Gabi scored a little bit in these other times, I had in a way that we could make some things in training and then we bring them in
on match day. You guys understood yourselves.
You understand more. What if we play for 2 years like that?
It becomes even easier.
You understand?
At a perspective, where do we get the perspective to always think that because a player has not performed well, it's time for him to go?
Yes, I understand. I want to understand it well. Sometimes when you were bringing this player, what did you have in mind? Where was he coming from? I want to skip a little bit. When I was going to my dad, Coach Rulani was asking me like, I know with talent, top.
You okay?
Will you manage the pressure?
The pressure
according to where you're coming fans, from to where you're going. So when you're bringing a player to KCC, okay, let me say Vipers, these are pressure teams. Where is the player coming from? Well, okay, he has come from there whatsoever. The talent is there, top. He's a top player. Technique, tactical understanding, whatever, okay, we can teach that. Then what time have you given him
to adjust
to that? Or would they?
Do you think that is something people take for granted?
Yeah.
That because Usama has been
to come, ozanyirewo. There are some players that, let me say, they come like yatuteba. They say, no. Give him time, please. Yeah, but more would they? Because you have to. Every player will go later. This one is going to help us in 2 years. We're gonna go stable. You'll have understood the pressure. 2 years
bagumikiriza. 6 months. Baraliko kuyimba wali owero mu stands.
Baba akuvudde koda. But yeah, it happens. Now in Gomusambi you have to work.
Let me ask you the criticism part from the fans. What's your honest opinion about the criticism? When does it come and how it comes? What's your opinion about it?
It has to be there. Tewali criticism. And here in Uganda, tewali no criticism. If you can't hold that pressure of the Ugandan fans, what if you go to South Africa where your own fans bagena kubuinga or out, like let me say why dad it's how it jude and then they kadade why dad bajane nebyambe ku kisawo na mayinja. You didn't see the songs that were Baba Rulani.
I saw.
What is that kakatini nyo kusinzira ku kiberani.
That's not compared to
no way. There's nothing here compared to criticism. Baja kujira bichi bache baba mu villa nogera mu express bakuvume bichi but you have to
So the fans always criticize.
Yeah,
for you have no, let them criticize.
Let them.
Do you think they understand what they criticize?
They criticize because they don't understand what they're doing.
That was
they don't
my
understand
question.
That players go through a lot of things. Janazani kideko Rulieri. Ogenda kumu criticizing yakoze bwati ne bwati and more so. Olumalanga wakateba bodi atoga yo wana
ngada mbakuwala
yo kati so
sama
abakubye oyo talemererwa
ati nayo obarote bango ogenda okwa
ngamba kati mbakolere
hawo babuza
magambe ki estegera magala chechira I mean this is the thing estegera it is supposed to be there for them they take it like katumuvume mwategere ne wona muvuma mubambi nga yeta bimanyi aja kusikinga ene waliwa oja gojovuma it's okay yeah but that is the mentality we should have ngani bakubuinga because walabako some games there some games I was watching Thomas Partey nga bambi kuli wakato mpira you know yeah you can die out also kufa mutima mutima ne go fanoga sicha yagala kusama mpira no tukewa kango kabo lunakoluna yeah it happened so much with me because I hadn't used over masses or some cases ojimanyi pride gender you understand but you have to work hard and try to lift yourself omanye you have to learn these things so that is the time I've been talking about omusami wabaze bamwemu ku budde akopinge up wajame dakika 2 wajame dakika 10 then waba mountains pressure nejja bulungi aja kugira bulungi
kankubuza ekibuzo kya Coach Abdallah Mubiru because you worked under him and you know you could see that he was trying to make sure things work out at KCCFC. Yeah, what's your general assessment of Coach Abdallah's reign at KCCFC?
Yeah, everyone has got their way and their mode that they always want to thingy to do their things. He's someone who will explain to you what he wants you guys to do. Like any other coach. Coach so he has his own ways and as the boss, as the captain, you all guys have to follow the boss. If it sinks, it sinks. If it works out, it works out. Because sometimes it works out and sometimes it sinks. You understand? Yeah.
One of the things that he always insisted on was playing the ball from the back.
Exactly.
And building up play.
Yeah.
But sometimes the patience wasn't there. Sometimes the teams knew you guys and they would, abrupt your play from the back. Just how much... How frustrating was it to adjust to, or how easy was it to work on and get better as a player?
Then I'll talk about, with that issue, I'll talk about 2 or 3. 1, flexibility of players. Are we flexible to do that? Do you have the players that can do that? That is one. And have you studied them that they will do that? 2. And do you see progress with that, or you can change as the captain? As the leader as the person who has initiated it, do you think it is working out? You understand? So those are things that you have to ask yourself. If you're the coach, you see, do you have the players that are going to do that? Okay, if I want to build from the back, who is comfortable there
with the ball?
You understand? And are they buying it? The other ones, they were not there. That's why you see Mood is there, is good.
Mahmoud is.
What of the others? Can they? Okay, you observe that. 2, and okay, they are now doing the high press on me and I'm losing balls from the build up. They're going to score. Is it applicable in Ugandan football? Understand the pitches. So there are a lot of questions that you have to ask by yourself. You see, so it's flexibility.
So as a player, how do you help the coach in that situation? I want to understand because Mugenze Mbarara, Kacheka. He wants you to pass the ball to build from the back.
Yeah.
The situation is a bit different.
It didn't happen like most of the times like sometimes you could come to Nagama, no, this pitch cannot help us.
Oh.
Yes. Cannot help us do this, so we are going to do this and play like this. Yeah, flexibility is key.
You talk about methods and appreciating based on the situation at hand. You have played for a number of seasons now, and one of the things that are very paramount in a footballer's life is training sessions, recovery, and all that. What's your assessment about Uganda football in regards to training methods, assessments, and also recovery sessions. Do you think they've helped players become better, or is it something that is missing out here and there?
Yeah, it happens with how your bosses take through with what they want actually. It depends the intensity of the game, the training, and then the duration also sometimes, and then because sometimes it is broken into various components. Like let me say the time. We look at the time from now and the match day.
Let's say 3 days to the match day.
3 days to the match day. Yeah, that is MD3.
MD3,
Match day
MD2,
three. Yeah, we break
MD1,
it. You understand?
game day.
We break it like that, and then the time of the duration of the training. We also have to look at the time. If you're out, the time of training. At what time are you going to play? 7 p.m. Don't you think you need to do some training at 7 p.m.?
More trainings at 7 than under the sun.
I understand, because that's the game.
Yes.
And then the intensity of the training, the speed and whatever the load that you're going to have.
Sebo twali wano nga tumanyi sajja agenda kwambala yellow. Uliriza naye katonda w'omupiira South Africa najja sajja oyo bamuwa ekitiibwa, mwana muto naye they respect him a lot. Ajja n'agamba that boy plays like Aziz Ki. Comparisons nga z'amaanyi nnyo. Ngamba Usama tunaddamu omubuuzaako tujja kukubiranga wate nga tuwesimye twogeremu.
Olwo nga sirina simu nga ninaana oba nga 27 ganga yekwata simu.
It was a very good experience. But let's start with Rulani Mokwena. When you woke up one day to come for training and you had come to, see how the team performs at KCC, that visit that he had, and he said all those things about you. When you went back home, how did you feel about it?
First of all, great thanks to the boss, Rulani Mokwena, and him saying that I can do that. Really, it was just enough for me to feel like, at least they can see and appreciate that you're a talent. That and did put me at some level to say, Kati Nchimaza, Kati, there's more to do again. You understand? Yeah, there's more to really do and see that you can shoot what. And you can prove that it is real. You're such a talent that he has seen. You understand? Yeah.
And for you to engage with him on different aspects of football, how has that helped you as a player?
Yeah, he's really is a very good human being that you can find him a call away. If he understands you, if he knows you, then he knows you. If he loves you, then he loves you. You understand? He can guide you somewhere. He can guide you on how to, because the game is changing at a very fast speed.
A lot of factors now.
Yeah. Very fast speed. So it is about you getting to cope up with the new trends of the game, and then how best can you put on yourself on market. What is training? Inverted lefter, playing on the right, and what are the aspects? Because you see Yamal, Saka, Olise, you understand? That is now the line. Those are the top bosses in the game now.
Yeah.
Vinicius Junior, you understand? So inverted like this. So what can you do? What will you do? That's the trend now. Mo Salah, you understand? These are the top players now in the world. So if you're playing that role, you need to work hard, like I'm doing, sir. You need to work hard and do the basics that are there. So you need people that will advise you on the trends and then the things that you have to do. And he's always there.
So how does the Wydad deal come about, Usama Arafat?
Wydad deal after Coach Rulani leaving Sundowns, he was actually supposed to come back to KCC for the second stint to visit. But after leaving, I was just in training here at Lugogo. I was on my phone, and then after a while, I saw the boss texting, hey my man, how are you? It's like, I'm fine. How are you, coach? On a call, I want you to come to Wydad. Wydad? I checked the team. Hey. It was a very big shock for me because at the time I didn't know much about Wydad. Okay, it was a team that, because most of the times we check through Wydad and then Wydad, those are the top teams in Morocco, so we have to check through. So when I talked to him, He was like, I need you to come here, but there's an assessment to take. If I had all the powers to bring you direct, I would do that.
I wish he was at Orlando Pirates.
If it was at Sundowns, it was direct, not to assess and stuff. Yes. And then that's where it started from.
All right,
I had
so
to engage my agents, and then we make the
yeah. Before you traveled, and I'm going to be very honest with you.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talk about the sort of I don't want to call it a rift, but there was a cold war. Some people thought it wasn't wise for you to go.
Yeah.
Others thought it's a big opportunity. How were you able to marry the two? How did you
for those that thought that it was a big opportunity for me to go and join my dad, thank you. For those that didn't think that it wasn't at that time, what if I signed and KCC got money? Sometimes when you're talking things, be a little bit positive. I like positive people. That's why I've thanked those that thought that it was a big opportunity for me. Yes, it would have gotten money for KCC. Maybe I would have been now playing Man City like we did in FIFA Club World Cup. What other opportunity would you want that? Why that is going to play FIFA Club World Cup and they are playing Juventus in the group and Man City and then you can't see out that. Be positive. Let it fail, maybe say on the way, but you've tried your best. You understand? It would have gained money for KCC.
You're not saying this, but me, I'll say it. Those that were saying that Usama should not go actually existed.
Yes.
And they made it a point that you don't go.
And now they are jubilating. We told you.
No, are they? Yeah, that's not good.
No,
that's not
they'll
good.
Be like, we told you. You see,
that is going to come back.
Hey, he got injured. But those were all I think plans of the God's plans.
Yes.
What if I also signed and Rani was sent away and I was also sent? So you have to look at things in the best in all
the best
corners.
thing to do is support the opportunity.
Be positive. Be positive. You understand? Be positive.
So anyway,
negative energy. Negative energy. Hey, support the cause.
You win the war. You travel to Wydad. How was the experience?
First of all, thank you to the management of KCC. They allowed me to go when I still have their contract because they had hopes. They were positive about it. What if I go? You understand? What if I go and they would have gotten money over something like $1 billion plus.
Okay, now Wydad. How was the experience like?
According to what we have here. Of course, it's a top professional setup with a top team, the best team in Morocco, and the best tournament. I mean, the best league in Africa, Moroccan league, Botola. The treatment is too professional. Yeah, the treatment is too professional. How they take players, how they treat you is really nice, and they are so welcoming. Yeah, ate mna ate wagula ate bo abantu babira welcoming nnyo ekyesimanye ate bo babira positive nnyo. No, like I'm telling you ebyaddala
bali welcoming
simbu byate
abali eno mu Banana Republic ote bali welcoming
ondala kulabanga ate gwa wagenda okukola otya
ate nga just okola mulimu
naye nga samba musanvu bonna sambako ana mu etaano nange nja kusambako ana mu etaano
buli omu ayongereko
kati aba vibers baba milioni 2 buli omu yafunako naawe netwalyako family yo nange netwalyako family. We are chasing the same goal. That's the difference. Tobola nti actually nali njogerako ne Mustafa Chiza agamba nti alinawo namba 3 yali ku team gye yagendako nenga ate encouraging nnyo nga ali mu kisaawe nga katolaba wali cross gye wakubye kati kola like they are very free and they motivate each other.
So competition is healthy
competitions.
What went south? Because when we saw you there were no pictures as much, by the way.
Nezembe nyirina
obina
akwase bifulu myanya.
But yes, what exactly happened? Because at the end of the day we saw you return. Of course you returned injured, but we didn't get the opportunity to ask you what exactly happened and how you felt coming back. Of course it was sad, but
it was something that didn't do me well, honestly. We were supposed to play Semakula's team, Club African. That's when the bosses were supposed to see me. But then we had a mini, like a friendly before. So that's when I got injured from.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Before the bosses seeing me, because the main project was come
train a bit
because young coach yangamba nti the bosses want to see you bagala kola assessment yes bagala kola, and of course they will ask me oba nkwagadde kate nza akuyise gwe jangu bakulabe era bajja kumbuza bagame nze mwagadde
sule binuswa
no takola chama gwe just jangu obeere ozingenda bagama ki nze mwagadde. Of course nze nakula badda, you understand. So that was the thing, but then nendwala olaba kati nga batenga we yalwadde tosaana kukikiriza nti SL yakutuse okirabanga kantu akali easy kati nange just simple thing nesigala nga kyazanya by that for some more 10 minutes kuwulira ekigere nga kitandise kuzitowa nenva mu kisaawe nanga okay it's okay come tugenda musikani nga gundi ligament ya wansi yekoze ki ya ankle si vivi naye wansi kukiringa nga ligament kutuseko partially stage 1.
And when was that game with Club Africain?
Club Africain was we were traveling to Tunisia in 4 days. Nga leo wetuli encha olwokusatu tugende mu city mu Casablanca to traveling olwokuna tusambe friend. Kadate nga league etandika mu 2 weeks.
And all that looked like
kati
you are going to be a part of it.
Yes. Nanga okay, we sign you when you're injured, and the medics are saying you have 6 weeks and the league is going to start. But boss wange magambe ntia really, you understand? There's nothing I can tell my bosses because you're now going to be here ngoli. Maybe we will have to look at that in January. Era twayogeranga ne treatments whatever nga January kalale January alira bamugoba no bachichi Mike
bamugoba ngona lero okuyiwako yewa Rulani January
and nga January era nga tutandise n'okwogera ya January you're coming whatever I'm going to engage the
man, the trust he has in
you. To the fact that even up to now I talk to you
akatogenda mu Orlando Pirates
ye muntu nanga sinagenda
akwe kutunze kwali muganda ange Usama era sebo
yali mu Orlando Pirates yabadde okutu
agenda yiwako eri magali makagi kitawa agenda muyita mugambe sayini nga wano era olwalo sayini nga
kati webale agent
ogenda zayende mo for king
webale agent
okati zayende mo for king onyanga nsonyi
otandise
ekikopo kigenda Soweto. Anyways, let's talk about Rulani Mokwena's reign at Wydad.
Yeah.
You worked with him. Which kind of coach is he?
He is a top boss. He's a top coach. And he's a top human being.
In what perspective? Maybe break it down.
In two. He's a good human being, a great one, and a very great coach. His love for the game is way too crazy. Coach Rulani loves the game way too much. To the extent that you can go at like let me say 2 a.m. on phone and he's there. And like I'm doing some things here, some little. He's always busy trying to look for knowledge, trying to look for new things to do. He's someone that maybe say you do things and then you never do them again. Let me say he's always looking for knowledge. He's so inquisitive and is someone who understands outside the game. He has done things in all perspectives. Let me say the build-ups, the how we chase, how we get the ball, how we open up, how we move with the ball, how we conquer the half spaces. The guy is crazy. He's very crazy. And then the interchanges that he makes. Okay, sometimes it hits up. Like any other human being, it hits up. Sometimes it doesn't work. He will also tell you by himself, yes, I tried that thing and it hit me well. But of course I will do something else. And I haven't forgotten about it. I will still maybe need it somewhere else. So that's what he has. He's a genius just now. When I was at Wydad, it is a pleasure for you, a player, to put on this badge of ours. And it is your duty to sweat blood in it for the results.
Atmosphere ya Wydad so konkubewe kukifaananyi because fe tugira bano ku TV zitufo ebiriro.
It is not anywhere in Africa. Atmosphere yabeera crazy nnyo. Crazy. It is the best in Africa. Abamoroka ate bo bagenda wala bo mu kwagala omupiira ate bo balalamu and bo they come ngabe batandise oba mugawe bajje kusaba mwenda mpira kwa sawa 10 ngawe bazze kusaba mwenda bakuba endulu mpaka kusawe mungo mpira
tebazikiza
They're crazy. They love their club.
I know for sure as Usama Arafat, you look at the PSL and you're like, there are teams. Nogamba, if I wear that badge, I look forward to. I can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Which are some of the teams you look up to in South Africa and you feel like you want to wear the badge?
Yeah, of course, the Sundowns. Everyone would want to be at Sundowns, of course. I don't want to mention, but there are many teams that are there. There's Orlando Pirates, there's the Kaizer Chiefs, there's very many good teams there. But of course, everyone will want to be where you're winning, where you're doing things well, and so many other teams that are very also good. They have good projects. TS Galaxy. There are so many other teams that are very nice.
Is there that one particular player that you've liked in the PSL that you admire the style of player and his confidence? And
yeah, I have Mofokeng. He did a video of Mofokeng. President 2000. Yeah, it's a very good one. You know, sometimes at such big stages, it's really hard to conquer. You come to Champions League and you play like you've been there. You come to CAF Confederation, you play like you've been there. Come to national team, you play. The PSL has got numbers, not, you know. Yeah, when you go to Loftus and then it is top, you may fail to play. Trust me. Yeah, but the confidence he has. And then my G, Neo Maema, is a good guy also at Sundowns. He's a very good friend.
What does the future of Usama Arafat look like now? Because we know for sure that you're a free agent. And you're receiving very many phone calls. As a matter of fact, I've paused this interview 10 times. Sama is alikusimu mugamba airplane mode aganye.
Otandise.
Kakati sebo tudawa.
Otandise.
Hey, abantu babulira ku pitch side nti tugenda kwogera lukoza oba tugenda kwogera luwalabu oba tugenda kuba
omubala.
Kiki ekiddakaawo?
My fans will get to know when I have something up there. And I will update this. Inakwama ate kati getabu kati gwantunze tamu mu Orlando.
Nabira ddala nga okuba ne Mofokeng wali mu Pirates. Buli match day tugenda kuba ne assist ne goal.
Otandise.
Nze kumulira.
Otandise, but we will get to know our next move.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Kigato wange yangambye KCC yakukubira essimu ne kugamba Usama.
I'm still a player of KCC by the way. Njali muzanyi wa KCC. Lwakuba katigwe.
Ati season yaweddeko.
Nze na contract ne KCC. And who tells you that KCC is not
I don't want to make it seem like KCC can't break the bank to retain Usama.
Those guys, they are rich.
Naye ky'obamanya wosigala ku KCC. Enkeera zya n'ekisawo.
Ojja n'ekisawo.
Sigenda kukkiriza kulya ssente ezowekka. Tekijja kusoboka Usama. Njagala tubeere bantu bakulu. Era osobola olinnya ennyonyi sijja kufuna. Ne wane Lugogo. Tekijja kusoboka.
Anti nyinza okusayiningira ku City Hall nga toliyo.
Wonna w'obeera. Nze ky'obumanya nzija n'ekisawo.
Atulinde mungu kyanaleeta.
Tulinde tulabe kiddako. Chan atuuse. Uganda is hosting with Kenya, Uganda.
Yeah, sure.
And Tanzania. As someone who has been, in the Ghana football setup, Cranes qualified for AFCON. How excited are you ahead of Chan? Yeah,
in the country from now up to 2027, there's a lot of sporting activities that are going to go on. We have Chan, we have AFCON 2026, we have AFCON that we're going to host, and a lot of things that are going through. So it is about us to get ready, the players, the coaches. Everyone in Uganda should just be ready for everything, because when we're doing now activities in Nyingi, the pitches are getting done, everything. So just be ready and ready to participate. Uganda Cranes, we need you so much. We need you. We need the 12th player. Yeah, we need you. Tujje nambole tujijuze. Nambole tujijuze nga tuzanya. We are playing Algeria, we are playing South Africa in the group. So these are good teams that we are going to play. So then tuinayo World Cup qualifiers, tuinayo AFCON, nga tuvude Morocco, tuinayo 2027, tuinayo waneno. So it's a sporting era. In the myaka zino jiringe 5. This is sporting era.
Tuwako update ya msajja waffe. Ali atya Ishmael Watenga.
He's not doing well. Yeah.
Of course, very sad time. At the wrong time.
At the wrong time. He's not doing well. Because I don't know how to break it. There's no love that you can give to him that he can feel at the moment. Family so kuberera, we love you, we show you that this and this and this. But at the end, kubanze nalwala.
You know what it means?
He was there for me. Nga netera eddagala kuva South Africa kubira na kugamba kibi nenga mubutufu tekimala. You see, you try to I'm just thinking about it like nga olabera mawuli got spelling anti he has gotten injured, he's out of contract with the team. The ACL may take like 9 months. Goloza ikale yalowoozaaki mutabu mwagala nnyo mwera agenda kubeera comfortable
mugenda mukubira nnyo essimu biki ate perspective gyokitaddemu ddala
andi kati aliye bweru yakiraba bulala naye kati fa ogwo omuntu oba okiraba mu ngeri eyo. That's why nze ate nga bwe yalwala onakola oseebaka natula mu ruumu ye paka saa nga kyokka nga tukeera kuvaayo natula mu ruumu ye nga sibitegeera because I've been sick. Naye nze saalwala nnyo kiri awo nalwala mu myezi 3-2 naye ng'olaba kikutta what of ye nga batalina nakusala
ate nga captain wadde osuubira nti AFCON sure kati probability okuzanya AFCON eringa 25 or 30. Understand? So it's a very sad moment, but you pull through. 27 gang pum 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 sokoba oyiseemu awe gaali mangu.
27 gang, the only player that has a gang right now. The 27 gang, the mighty gang has been there for me. I appreciate them. When I alwala yana enkomawo nga 27 gang abaana bange babeerawo, they come through the check on you because sometimes natuka kale nga sikyagenda ku kisaawe kulaba mupiira kubira naye negwe tukwagala okomewo biki you know. I mean, they have supported me in all this. Kati 27 ganga Usama tasobya.
Nkangwe bitya.
Tasobya.
Kale President CEO 27 gang atusazeko lwalero Usama Arafat. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
for this insight.
Yeah. Pitchside is the leading channel in as far as promoting Ugandan league and the football on the lands of Uganda and outside. So we keep following up and we subscribe, giving the likes, bringing the views. The 27 gang is here. The president, I'm here.
Usama Arafat has joined us today. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to love this very, very exciting, much revealing interview. Like we keep saying, keep it locked, keep it pitchside. Cheers.